Should you sell your home in Milton right now or wait for the market to go back up? Well, let me ask you this. Remember when everyone said, let's wait till rates come down and the market bounces back? Well, rates have come down, 3 cuts this year alone, yet home prices in Milton are still dropping. So what's really going on? And more importantly, what does that mean for you as a seller heading into 2026? Let's dig into what's happening right now and why, as a seller, you don't want to wait hoping to get those 2022 peak prices back. Here's the deal. In 2022, the market hit its peak. Homes were flying, people were lining up to buy, and prices were at all-time highs. Then the Bank of Canada stepped in and started raising interest rate fast and hard. Rates went from low of 1.8% to 2% all the way to 6.5%. A lot of homeowners who were thinking of cashing in at the top felt like they missed the trade. So instead of selling, they waited. They said, we'll just hold off. Once rates come down, buyers will rush back and prices will go back up again. Well, here we are. Rates have started to come down. The Bank of Canada has already cut rates 3 times in 2025. The policy rate is now about 2.5%, and on the street you can find around 3.84% fixed and 3.7% variable. But here's what's interesting. Even though rates are coming down, prices are not going up. Traditionally, when rate drops, price rise, right? That's not happening right now. To put this into perspective, a detached home, double car garage, around 2,500 square feet, sold for around $1.8 million at the peak of 2022. In 2023, it was around $1.5 million. In 2024, about $1.4 million. Okay, and today that same house is somewhere between $1.25 to $1.3 million. That's a 26% drop since the peak of the market. Okay, in other words, a loss of $450,000 between the top of the market and today. So what's fueling that drop? Well, number one, too many options. Right now, Milton has over 350 plus detached houses for sale. That's a lot of choice for buyers. Back in 22, houses barely lasted 7 days on the market. Now, buyers have weeks, sometimes months to decide, okay? They don't feel pressure anymore, they feel power. Number two, buyer mindset has flipped. During the frenzy, buyers had the fear of missing out. Now they have the fear of overpaying. I have clients right now saying the house was listed $980 last month, this month it's $950. Let's wait for another month and see. They're in no rush. They know sellers are the ones feeling the pressure, okay? Number three, listing surge. In the last 30 days alone, about 419 new listings hit the market in our local board area. Active listings are up about 25% compared to last year. That's a flood of supply. When there's more supply than demand, prices fall. Simple as that. Now, let's take a step back and look at the big picture, because it's not all bad news. Before the frenzy, in 2019, the average price of a detached home with a double car garage in Milton was about $850,000. Today, in 2025, that same house is around $1,250,000 to $1,300,000. That's a very healthy gain, about 8% year over year between 2019 and 2025, if you take the COVID crazy prices out, right? Same story for townhouses. In 2019, the average price of a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom townhouse in Milton was around $600,000. Today in 2025, it's sitting close to $860,000. Again, roughly 6% annual appreciation over the same period. So if you owned your home before 2019, you're actually in a great spot. You haven't lost money on your investment. You've just lost those unrealized pandemic gains, those temporary COVID prices that were never sustainable to begin with. That was a once-in-a-lifetime anomaly. It's not coming back. But your built-up equity is at risk if you wait too long to sell. And I say this with a lot of humility and care. If you don't have to move, then don't. Selling costs a lot of money. Staging, marketing, fees. You don't have to move if you don't want to move. But life happens. People move because of job changes, family needs, downsizing, or upsizing. But if you do have to sell, you need to understand what kind of market you're walking into right now. There are two types of sellers shaping the market, and you will be competing against both. Okay? First are the over-leveraged sellers. These are the homeowners who took out equity out of their house during the boom and bought a pre-construction condo that's worth probably $150,000 to $200,000 less than what they paid for. They have to sell their home to free up the equity so they can close on those condos they bought. They're not selling because they want to, they're selling because they have to. Second, you have the desperate seller. Okay, these are the sellers who bought in 2021 and 2022 at the peak of the market. Their home is down about 20% or more, and their mortgage once was 1.8% is coming up for renewal at 4% or probably higher. That's a major payment shock. Some of them even had months where their payment didn't even cover the full interest portion of their mortgage. So now they owe the bank $30,000 to $40,000 just to bring the mortgage current. Now you cannot renew your mortgage unless you you pay all the interest and everything that you owe from the bank. They are under real pressure to sell. So when you list your home today, you're competing against over-leveraged and desperate sellers. They don't have much equity left, so they'll drop their price fast to move their property. And that dragged prices down across the board. I've seen it firsthand. Semi that sold for $1.6 million at the peak of the market is now worth $960. That's roughly a $700,000 that's just gone. Okay, so let's talk about what you can actually do as a seller in Milton right now. Okay, the first thing, you need to price your home for today. Forget 2022, forget 2024. Buyers are only looking at what sold in the last 30 days. If you list too high, they'll skip it and move on. In this market, if you don't see strong traffic or solid feedback within the first 10 days, you're priced above where buyers are shopping. Okay? Next is presentation. Presentation matters more than ever. You cannot just put a sign on the lot and hope for the best. With more than 350 detached homes sitting on the market right now, you have to stand out. That means clean the house, stage the house, take great photos, do amazing videos. Because buyers are scrolling listings like a menu. Your job is to make sure yours look the best option on the page. And the next part is huge, marketing. Your home needs to be everywhere. I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube TV, and not just a Facebook post, but paid advertisement running 24/7 until your home is sold. Okay, you want your property to be the talk of town, showing up in every feed, every scroll, every search, because if it's not, it'll just get buried with the rest of the homes sitting on the market. Again, if it sounds like you have to do a lot to get your home ready, you don't have to worry, because we do provide most of those services. We have movers, we have packers who will come and pack all your stuff, declutter your home, and then our certified stager will come and stage the house, and then we take photos and videos, then we market your home like an iPhone launch, and we guarantee that your home will be everywhere within 48 hours. Anyway, that was my shameless plug to give us a call if you're thinking about selling. So the short version, price right, look sharp, and market hard. That's how you sell your home in this market, okay? Again, if you are even remotely thinking about making a move, schedule a 30-minute discovery call to discuss how we can help. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.